Good morning, Levi. It is I, Asa. Nice to see you. Just like every video I've ever planned to do, I am putting off my LEGO Star Wars video, which I'm planning on to actually become videos, a video series, if you will. Hopefully for Monday, because then I'll have the weekend to edit it and make it look nice, give it a thumbnail, can finish writing my full script, because I'm writing a full script for it, and package that up into a neat little video that'll go up on Monday. Tonight I had drum lessons and a bunch of homework, so I didn't have time to really edit things, but hopefully over the weekend I can get that done and it'll look really cool and will be good. Today I'm actually doing a response to your video yesterday, Levi, about how dams are being proposed to be closed on the Colorado River? That sounds right. And about why they're doing that and some of the potential downsides that come from hydroelectric dams. And all of that reminded me of my time in AP Environmental Science. Here's my journal from last year, my notebook. It's got a lot of things in it. It's got a picture of a chart in it, so that's cool. Where the first thing we talked about is trade-offs. No matter how good a thing sounds, it's going to have some negative effects no matter what. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, just in a wider scope. One important thing that you didn't mention, actually, is that people are coming up with salmon ladders, which are really cool, that give salmon opportunities to jump over the dams, and they're still kind of not great so far, but there are ways around that specific problem, although there are more problems with it costing a lot of money and creating excess methane from decomposition after the dam. So there are problems, but there are solutions as well. And like you mentioned, all energy sources have a downside. You talked about specifically wind and solar power, which are good. Solar power doesn't get you a lot, and both solar and wind depend on certain times of the day or certain conditions to get energy, and they both cover a lot of ground space. As well as this, there's always the classic one that comes up, fossil fuels. Everyone's like, oh, burning fossil fuels is real bad, and it is. It's not great for our planet right now. We also have nuclear energy, which is pretty good. It's very expensive, and it's also very dangerous. But so there are a lot of trade-offs there, and it's not very sustainable. We're gonna run out of the uranium isotope that's needed for these plants eventually. But that's a good substitute for now. It's better than burning fossil fuels. And there's the up-and-coming tidal energy, which is different than hydropower, which uses the tides to get energy, but it causes a lot of vision pollution, so you don't want to have it at like a public beach, because that doesn't look good to have a bunch of snakes moving around in the ocean. And it's very expensive, and it's not much refined. It is pretty low output, but it might get there. It's projected to get to a viable source of energy. And lastly is my favorite energy source is geothermal, which is taking goop from the core of the earth and just using that to heat up water, which turns it into steam to turn a turbine, and just like almost every burning-based fuel source. It's good for the environment, and it's pretty cheap, but it does have a high investment cost, and it comes out with brine wastes if you use it a specific way, which you have to send back down to the center of the earth, and we don't know what repercussions those could have, so it could be really bad. This is to say that every energy source that we have all has downsides, and we need to determine which downsides are worth dealing with, and which ones can we just not handle having an earth that does that. So there's a lot of reasons to do and don't do things, and as Hank Green always says, the truth defies simplicity. Nothing is simple, nothing is easy, but what's important is that we look deeper and we pay attention to those things that are different, so that we can build a better world for not only ourselves, but the future generation. Levi, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday.